all the good men? Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies, but they're done. They've walked away from today's modern women. They're done with dating, done with marriage, done with relationships. And no, ladies, it's not because they're scared, like you all are telling each other is the case. No, the real reason they're leaving is because they don't see a point in relationships anymore. Because there is no point in relationships for today's men. They're expected to give while getting nothing in return. They're told that they need to honor, respect, and provide for women while never seeing it reciprocated to them in any way. They've been told time and again that they aren't needed, aren't wanted, aren't necessary, and that they should just go away and leave women alone. And ladies, we've heard you loud and clear. We've said, fine, if that's what you want, we're going to give it to you. And that, ladies, is where these good men are, off doing their own thing and enjoying life, because they are done dealing with the drama, narcissism, and insane expectations most of you have. Men are done with never being acknowledged, let alone appreciated for all that they do. So if you're wondering why all the men have walked away, there's your reasons.
I often get asked, where are all the good guys? There are no more good guys out there. Good guys don't exist. This is becoming a bit of a theme lately. Now, as a psychotherapist, I can confirm that there are many great guys out there. I've had them sat in my office and I have worked with them. The problem is the great guys, the good, kind, caring, authentic guys, tend to get caught up in toxic relationships, often with narcissists. So these guys are difficult to track down because they've often been pinned down and they've been so abused that they're not able to get out of that relationship and understand and get into a healthy relationship. These guys do exist, but sometimes, ladies, you've just got to be patient.
Ladies, where have all the good men gone? Do you want to know where they went? They have retreated to their homes. Do you want to know why? Because the good men are the ones that have put in so much effort and had women trash them for putting in the effort. They've had women take advantage of them because they want to be a gentleman, they want to open the doors, they want to pay for your dinner, and you just expect that that is supposed to happen. The idea that you should have multiple men pandering after you just to see which one is the best is atrocious. And this is coming from someone who very clearly wants traditional values in a man and in a relationship. But I am not going to be ignorant to the idea that I'm going to have to contribute something to that relationship too. I am going to have to put in the effort as well. I'm going to have to be able to communicate and have conversation and be really comfortable with who I am, but at the same time understand that if I want a man to be comfortable with himself, I am going to have to allow him the ability to feel comfortable when he is in my presence. None of this, oh, well, you have to do this and you need to do that. And if you don't handle this, then I'm out. Do I have expectations? Of course I have expectations. My expectations are rooted in having morals and values and being a gentleman and understanding what that means. That means that I am not taking advantage of them just so that I can get a date.
Can someone tell me where I can find a decent, loyal, funny, good-looking guy around here?
Ugh, not another one. All right, let's try it again. And you know what? I'm just going to give a cursory mention to the friend zone. Because I would bet money there are tons of guys who meet all those criteria you listed that are sitting in your friend zone or were, but you didn't give a second glance to because they just didn't check all the boxes. And that's the real issue. Because you see, there are tons of great guys, guys who are funny, guys who are loyal, guys who are good looking, all around you. The problem is, to you, they're just not funny enough or good looking enough. They're not perfect. And that's the problem. You expect perfection. Or as you often see on here, women have raised their expectations. Or sometimes they'll phrase it as, we've raised our standards. And of course, they blame men for not meeting them. In fact, today's women take great joy in making videos mocking and ridiculing men. I mean, it helps to get clicks, views, and likes, right? The thing none of you seem to have realized is that's a huge turnoff for men. And it's why they're walking away from y'all. We get put down enough by society. But now the women who supposedly want relationships with us, think it's great sport to make fun of us. How's that working out for you? The other thing y'all can't seem to realize is that it's become a huge risk for a man to approach you. Back in the day, women often laughed and mocked at men when they approached them. And from what I can tell, having talked to guys recently, it's not only still occurring, it's gotten worse. And believe me when I say this, when it happens to a guy enough times, and it does, he's like, why bother? But even as bad as that is, it's not even the worst possibility, because there's enough of you out there who will scream at us for doing so, who will claim we're harassing you. Thanks, but no thanks. So where are all those great, funny, good-looking, loyal guys now? They're home playing video games with their buds, or they're out hunting and fishing with other guys. They're out enjoying life and not dealing with all this drama, and more importantly, not having to deal with the complete and utter lack of respect that today's women have towards men. We didn't create this situation, but we are acknowledging it. And the best fix for us is to simply walk away. I mean, men never really got much out of the bargain anyway, but today there's literally no benefit to being in relationships anymore. Not a one. So I'm sorry you can't find the guy you're looking for. Maybe y'all ought to get together, stop disparaging men, making fun of them, and take a hard look at those expectations. Standards you've all set. Because you can't meet your own standard. So demanding that guys do is just plain silly.
Men with no hose. Where are you? What are you?
Gym, working, taking care of responsibilities and priorities, possibly building businesses, trying to leave behind a legacy, building the life that they want so they can establish the future necessary. And some of them are even so lost that they're kind of just trying to figure out what to do with their life. But a vast majority of the good men out there who don't have any hose, they're just doing life. And they're trying to do everything possible that they can in order to have a better quality of life so that way they can have the future that they desire. And I would bet that every day that you go out, you probably pass one of those dudes. But they in their lane, with their head down, minding their business, grinding and doing their thing because they don't want to waste time or play games. And I would say a vast majority are probably waiting to find the right quality of woman to invest into. Because, like I said, they're tired of games. And the only way to find one is to be different from the majority.
I never force anyone to choose me. If you think you can find something better elsewhere, then go ahead. I'm not holding you back. Life's too short to hang on to someone who's not sure they want to stay. I believe in freedom, in the truth of feelings. If you must stay, let it be your heart tells you this is where you belong, not because I asked you to. I want to be a choice, not a default option. I deserve someone who sees my value, who understands what I bring to their life. I don't want someone who stays with me out of fear of loneliness or out of habit. I want someone who stays for who I am, not who you want me to be. The door is always open. You're free to leave at any time. So if you think your happiness lies elsewhere, I won't stand in your way. And in the meantime, I'll continue to build my own life, to be happy on my own, because my happiness doesn't depend on your presence, but on my own ability to blossom.